Welcome to the Compliance 911 Show, a no-nonsense podcast discussing hot topics for today's busy compliance professional. It's everything you wanted to know about regulatory compliance, but we're afraid to ask. And now, here are your hosts, Dean Stockford of M&M Consulting and Len Suzio of GeoData Vision.
Good morning, Dean. Today represents our first podcast recording in 2026. So happy New Year. What do you have on tap for today?
Len, happy New Year to you as well. And the snow's coming down. It's just a really delightful, I'd say, day if you like the snow, but it's hard to believe. Quite frankly, hard to believe that we launched our Compliance 911 podcast almost 6 years ago. It seems like yesterday, but the success of our show has been way beyond my wildest dreams, and I'm anxious to see what 2026 brings. But today I thought I figured I would discuss something that is ongoing. We hear about it all the time, cyber fraud risk, especially with the increase in artificial intelligence enhanced attacks, mobile malware, and a regulatory environment that continues to evolve. I figured this would be a fairly good topic to discuss.
Well, you know what, Dean? That sounds like an excellent and a timely topic to me. I understand the statistics for bank fraud are off the charts.
Well, no doubt the statistics are alarming, and I suppose you could look at different media and get different results. But in some of the materials I was reading recently, in 25, over $1 trillion in global losses occurred in 2024, and we experienced about a 25% increase in consumer fraud losses year over year, which totaled over $12.5 billion in the U.S. alone. So we've also seen a 93% increase with what we call AI-powered attacks in financial institutions, which include, deepfake videos, voice cloning, and AI-assisted phishing campaigns, which make it difficult for financial institutions to detect fraud in real time.
Wow, those statistics are off the charts and a real concern. Every day we hear more about AI, and while it has its advantages, it appears to have had a real impact on fraud and assisting criminals with more advanced techniques.
You're definitely correct on that. These criminal fraudsters use these AI-based solutions to enhance their deception techniques and scale their operations like never before, which have only amplified over the last several years. So financial institutions often think that there are two steps behind the criminals, they're two steps behind the criminals. So it's imperative to take a proactive approach and deploy the right security measures to protect themselves and, of course, customers against those vulnerabilities.
So, Dean, are you finding institutions investing in systems or techniques designed to help prevent large-scale fraud attacks?
Well, certainly the short answer to that, I believe, is yes. Financial institutions are investing heavily in enhancing their fraud prevention efforts. Most are using fraud detection technology.
Well, can you share a little bit about those key technologies?
Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously with Bank Secrecy Act, there are, behavioral-based systems as well as alert-based systems, but fraud protection technology is evolving rapidly. We do not endorse any one solution, but some of the technologies and methods are, AI fraud detection, which uses machine learning algorithms to analyze large data sets and learns to identify fraudulent red flags. And these systems are much more advanced than a human agent that's looking at raw data. Predictive analytics, which can estimate future transactions and recognize unusual behavior, which helps mitigate risk for fraud before it actually happens. And, I call them behavioral-based systems, which are pretty interesting for sure. Open APIs and Agentic, say that 3 times fast. Agentic AI, these provide structured frameworks that link, various network streams, banking systems, and of course, fraud analytic platforms. And they allow real-time detection of anomalies or red flags that are targeted for intervention and, of course, to enhance the risk management process. advanced fraud detection technology, which offers, again, real-time fraud prevention by quickly identifying the suspicious activity and any type of anomaly in the transaction itself. Glassbox solutions, which leverages AI across an entire user session to detect anomalies in the digital session itself. It's a holistic approach that enables the financial institution to spot varying forms of fraud. And there are, these are only a few solutions and methods that are being deployed, but there certainly are many, many more out there, and institutions are looking heavily at investing in them.
Well, this is great information, Dean. I know the challenge, of course, is how institutions balance security prevention with customer experience. So this should be another interesting year. Any thoughts on balancing prevention with customer experience?
Well, I certainly think it's imperative that financial institutions be proactive and fight back. Collaboration between the financial institutions themselves, of course, tech companies, law enforcement, third-party providers, and of course your regulators should be a real critical component. This crisis cannot be won by just one financial institution or several financial institutions together. It will require a much broader collaboration that will include information sharing, best practice guidance, technology, and of course, enhanced training with not only staff, but customers as well. If all of these things work together, we can certainly ensure a much better and safer customer experience overall.
Wow, great advice. Do you have one additional or any additional thoughts for today, Dean?
Well, you know me, Len, I just have one more thing. As Henry Ford said, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. So I think that's certainly a good quote, and we should all take a look at that and adhere to that.
Well, Dean, I think you provide some great information, very important and relevant topics today. I want to thank you. We hope that our audience enjoyed listening to today's podcast. This is Len Suzio from Geodata Vision.
And this is Dean Starkford from M&M Consulting, saying thank you for listening to today's podcast, and please let us know of any topics you'd like to hear in future episodes.
Thanks for listening to the Compliance 911 Show. If you like the podcast, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. While you're at it, please give us a like and review to help others find the show. As always, links are in the show notes, and you can always find us online at compliance911show.com. Follow M&M Consulting and Geodata Vision on LinkedIn for all the latest news and information on compliance hot topics.